Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to understand the journey of the mental plane, which is symbolized by the suit of swords in the traditional tarot. In VyomSutra, the mental plane is symbolized by the arrow suit. The journey of the arrow suit from arrow 1 to arrow 10 represents the journey of a self-identity and self-image, through which we live a life of virtue, honor, and dignity in society. The corn suit portrays the love story of Ram Sita. Ram Sita are a power couple and one of the most revered gods in the Hindu pantheon. Ram Sita guide us to mastery on the mental plane of existence. The union of Ram Sita teaches us to be dutiful and in integrity in order to live harmoniously in the society. Ram Sita exemplify that living a life of honor is above all and supersedes physical needs, emotions, and personal relationships. So when the cards of the mental plane or the cards of the arrow suit appear in a reading, it indicates the importance of the mental plane in the given situation. The arrow suit follows the love story of Ram Sita through the epic saga of Ramayana, which is one of the most sacred scriptures in Indian literature. So let's begin this story. Ace of Swords or Arrow 1. This card tells the story of the marriage of Ram Sita. Now Sita's father had organized a ceremony and had announced that in the ceremony, whoever manages to lift up a magical celestial bow and string it is the one who is worthy to marry Sita. Now Ram also happened to be there in the ceremony. Just before the ceremony began, Ram and Sita's eyes met and instantly they knew that they were meant to be together. However, they were very well aware about the rules of engagement and were clear that in order to be together, they would have to follow those rules so that they marry with dignity in society. Hence, this card is about awareness and clarity. It's a right time to take decisions because the facts are in front of us in black and white. This card also indicates that we should follow the set protocols so that our decisions are not questioned in the future. The inverted orientation of this card suggests being ignorant, unaware of certain facts, or being unclear about the path ahead. Two of Swords or Arrow 2. This card tells a story when Ram and Sita were newly married and Ram had just accepted a 14-year exile in the forest in order to honor the promises made by his father. Now, though Ram was clear about the choices he had made to play a dutiful son, he was not sure about the impact of his decision on playing a dutiful husband. So if you see in the picture, Ram has got a worried look on his face and he doesn't know how to express this to Sita because he feels that if he takes this choice or if he makes this decision, then he will not be playing fair as a husband. Hence, this card is about choice and decisiveness. There are multiple choices and each choice has an equally strong case. Hence, it's difficult to make a decision or a decision cannot be made. This card indicates a stalemate, a draw, or a truce. This card also indicates that choosing between what is wrong and what is right is much more easier than choosing between what is right and what is more right. The inverted appearance of this card suggests a catch-22 situation, a deadlock, choosing between the devil and the deep blue sea, or a tendency to avoid taking a decision and just sitting on the fence for as long as we can. Three of Swords or Arrow 3. This card tells a story when Sita was able to convince Ram that he could play a dutiful son as well as a husband if they go into exile together. Hence, Ram was able to silence his conflicting thoughts, come to a resolution, and take action accordingly. Of course, Lakshman also joined Ram because he did not know how to live a life without his elder brother Ram. So this card is about resolution and action. This card is about making a resolution or resolving a conflict and taking action to implement it. This card also advises us to not let emotions, habits, or addictions get the better of us. The inverted orientation of this card suggests that we are unable to come to a resolution to a particular conflict, or our actions are going against the resolution that we have taken. Four of Swords or Arrow 4. The picture of this card tells a story when Bharat, the younger brother of Ram, comes to the forest to visit Ram and announce their father's demise, and also to take him back to the kingdom to crown Ram as king. However, Ram is committed to the promise that he made to his father and is focused on completing the tenure of exile in the forest. Hence, the keywords of this card is commitment and focus. We need to understand where our focus should be at the given moment and be committed towards achieving our goal. The inverted orientation of this card suggests that we are commitment phobic, or we make promises lightly, getting distracted from our goal, or probably focused on too many things where we are not being able to do justice to any. Five of Swords or Arrow 5. The picture of this card tells the story of Sita's abduction by the demon king Ravan. Now, through deceit, Ravan, who disguised himself as a sage, managed to isolate Sita from Ram and Lakshman. And then he put Sita into a mental dilemma of dharma. Due to this, Sita had to surrender to Ravan's authority and comply with his demands. Hence, the key words of this card are surrender and compliance. In life, sometimes we are faced with a catch-22 situation, and in order for the situation to move ahead, we need to drop our demands, surrender to the situation, and comply with the demands of others, and trust that everything that is happening is in the highest interest of all. The inverted appearance of this card suggests being a control freak, being detrimentally submissive, having a flickering mind, or taking decisions without thinking them through. Six of Swords or Arrow 6. The picture of this card tells us a story when Ram got to know about Sita's whereabouts and realized that in order to reach his destination, he would have to cross a large ocean. Now, Ram had no clue of how to go about this. So what he did is he created a small sacred space and went into a meditation to contemplate on making the transition to the other side. Hence, the key words of these cards are contemplation and transition. We need to contemplate on the transition that we need to make. This could be in the form of a new job, a new career, moving to a new place, a new responsibility, or maybe even a new relationship. This card also suggests the possibility of traveling or moving overseas. The inverted orientation of this card suggests a difficulty in making a transition, or making a transition without giving a thought, or a tendency to burn the same bridges that help us make a transition. Seven of Swords or Arrow 7. This card tells the story of Ram slaying the mighty Asur king Ravan. Now, during the fight between Ram and Ravan, Ram did come out as the mightier warrior. However, he was unable to defeat Ravan until he learnt about Ravan's secret of immortality, and then used his expertise to break through this barrier and slay the mighty Ravan. Hence, this card is about learning and expertise. It is time to learn something new that adds to our expertise in order to come out victorious in the given situation. So this could indicate higher studies in a given subject or enhancing our skill set in a particular line of work. The inverted appearance of this card suggests having a know-it-all attitude or having an outdated skill set, not taking studies seriously, or wasting time studying the wrong things. Eight of Swords or Arrow 8. This card tells the story of Sita's Agni Pariksha. Now, Agni Pariksha means a test of fire. It requires a person to go through a pile of burning wood. And should a person be pure in thoughts, words, and actions, this person would come out unharmed from the fire. It was Sita's desire to prove her innocence to the world. So she chose the Agni Pariksha in order to cooperate with the laws of the land and maintain harmony in the society where her husband, Ram, would be crowned as king. The key words for this card are harmony and cooperation. This card suggests that in order for us to maintain harmony in the environment or the society that we live in, it is important for us to learn the art of cooperation. The inverted appearance of this card suggests a rebellious personality, a difficult person to live with, a controversial personality, or allowing emotional drama to come in the way of teamwork. Nine of Swords or Arrow 9. This card tells the story of Sita leaving Ram, the royal palace, and accepting a lifelong exile into the forest. Sita as queen had to lay the foundation of dharma, righteousness, and exemplify that the laws are equal for all. The saying, with great power comes great responsibility, is exemplified in this particular card. When Sita realized that many women in her kingdom were banished into a lifelong exile for going through something similar to what Sita went through, she took ownership of the responsibility of the law and accepted the same judgment. It was only after that, it was only after she left for exile, is when laws of the land changed and made men and women equal in society. Hence, this card is about responsibility and ownership. It indicates a time to identify our responsibilities, regardless of how tough they seem to be, and take ownership of executing them. The inverted orientation of this card suggests a tendency to run away or not take ownership of responsibilities, emotionally compromised to execute responsibilities, or taking on too many responsibilities that set us up for failure. Ten of Swords or Arrow 10. Like all the other tens in the tarot, the Arrow 10 gives us the higher reason why Ram and Sita went through whatever they went through on planet Earth. This card gives a summary of how Ram Sita came to be known as a couple full of virtues and a genius statesman who set up a kingdom of the people, for the people, and by the people in its truest form. Ram Sita set up the benchmark for an ideal society which till today is known as the Ram Rajya. The keywords for this card are virtue and genius. This card indicates that we have been able to put our theories, our solutions out there for the benefit of the world, and at the same time make it simple to understand. The intelligence of our mind is our highest virtue, and we should use it for the benefit of the collective. The inverted appearance of this card suggests that we are using our genius mind for the wrong reasons, or not using our intelligence at all, or an overworked mind which is losing time and space, or neglecting sleep, food, and emotional relationships. The inverted appearance also suggests being outsmarted or checkmated by another. So this concludes the journey of the mental plane, the suit of swords, or the arrow suit. Our VyomSutra book has the detailed story and the meaning of each card when it comes up in a reading. We will be covering those details in our advanced courses, but for now we have covered the basic feel and the meaning of each card. If you have any questions regarding the contents of this particular session, please write to us and we will get back to you. Until then, have a good day. Bye-bye.